What's happening, everybody? Shout out to the glorious gamers. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Happy New Year, because I forgot to say that in the last video. Um, man, I'm in nighttime mode. I'm just about to go to bed, but something just keeps nagging at me. I kind of lost a friend. A combination of The Last of Us 2 and the Game Awards. Mainly, The Last of Us 2's accolades at the Game Awards kind of caused some craziness for me. So, there's this guy who I've been friends ish with for a while. Got cool playing fighting games at different public venues and stuff like that a long time ago, good 10 years ago ish. And he's cool people. He can be a little overwhelming sometimes, but he's cool. One of the things that he does sometimes that really pisses me off is spoil things just on his Facebook feed, just throws up spoilers and with no warning. But before The Last of Us 2 came out and all of the controversy started arising, he was one of those people who was just so anti everything that this game had to say, everything that was said about this game, and it really blew my mind how obsessed and upset he was behind it. I asked him what the controversy was because I didn't know about it. I don't really hang in circles that bitch and complain about things like that. And I was like, I don't want any spoilers. Please don't spoil the game. I've purposely not looked at any of the leaks on purpose. Of course, he immediately inboxes me spoilers, some of which were accurate, most of which were not, and just continued to just be upset about it. And I asked him if it was because there was a trans character involved. And of course, no, whatever. It's not about that. It's just doing this to blah, 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 and doing this to this character and that character. And, I don't want to say spoilers, but it's just he was just making it about the game and the writing and the direction of the game and all of this other stuff. And I was like, dude, you haven't even played the game. The game hasn't come out. We're talking about Naughty Dog here, dude. Like, this isn't like a weird Bethesda thing. It's not a BioWare mistake. And those are both companies I love a lot. Like, I really like both of those companies, but BioWare especially. BioWare has so much in my personal gaming history that's just like I love them. The Baldur's Gate games on PC literally shaped the direction of my life, particularly as a writer. But we'll get into that another time. I'm pretty sure I've written about it on my blog on jonathanthomasjones.com. Shameless plug. Um, but anyway, he kept doing this, and he just kept complaining about it. The game came out, continued to call the game trash and all kinds of other stuff. And it's like, dude, you had preconceived notions before you stepped into this. I don't genuinely think you gave this game a shot. I don't think you played it. I just think that you hated it from jump. So there was nothing that this game could have done to make you like it. It's just people who tend to have strong opinions about these things are like that. And of course, I accused him of being a transphobe and a homophobe, and uh, I was kind of aggressive about it. Probably could have been nicer about it, but it just pissed me off because it's just again the spoilers and just him being the way he was. Fast forward, I finished the game. I'm just like, dude, so much of his information was like it wasn't true. It was just bullshit that he threw out there, and I don't know, just secondhand information that he just hated. And I was like, this dude definitely didn't play this game. So the Game Awards rolls around. The Last of Us racks up. It was a ton of awards. I want to say it was 6 or 7. I honestly don't remember at this point. It's been a few weeks, but I'm. I decided to jump on his Facebook and complain about it, and of course he didn't like that. And I wasn't the first person to do it. This had been a thing for him for a while now. He complained. He kept saying that Ghost of Tsushima should have been Game of the Year, and it was a very good contender. But um, I wouldn't even argue if somebody said it should be Game of the Year. But my dog has a bed, but she wants to go lay on my backdrop for some reason. Yeah, so I just get annoyed. The the bed is in this room. It's like right here. I don't know if you can. It's right there. You can probably see the edge of it. But anyway, it's just stuff like that that just annoys me. And then he posts a picture and it's like all I see when I think of this game, and it was like a sex scene that happens in the game, and one of the people participating is the person that he believed was the trans character, which it's not. There is a trans character in the game, but the character that everyone was bitching about is Abby, who is not trans. She's just a muscular woman. And so in our back and forth on this particular Facebook post, I decided to bring that up. I don't want to say his name or out him. If you know me, you might know who he is. If you know him, you'll know who he is for sure. But I don't want to say any names. I don't want to get into that whole thing. But it just irritated me so much to just hear him whine and bitch and moan and complain. And I was like, you realize that Abby's not. And actually, when he posted a screenshot of the sex scene, I was like, so you don't like to see sex. You're uncomfortable seeing sex. And he was like, no, I don't like to see men screwing. And I was like, whoa, dude, like, first of all, like, let's not do that to trans people. Like, someone born a male and becomes a woman is a trans woman. That is a woman. Let's not. Let's not even go there. And that already pissed me off. And I was like, dude, first of all, that if that was the case, that's not the right way to even talk about it. First of all. Second of all, Abby's just muscular. She's a woman. She's muscular. That's all there is to it. And he said, oh, well, Neil Druckmann changed her gender last minute, right? And I was like, where? Where anywhere does it say that? And he directed me to and he just seems to hate Neil Druckmann. So he somehow says that it's him trying to destroy Amy Hennig's legacy, et cetera, et cetera. I was like, I am a writer. As a writer, when you go into something like a video game or a TV show or a movie, there's a lot of hands in the pie. Like you're not gonna get the last say in things. Writers usually pretty low on the totem pole when it comes to that type of thing. But anyway, this was his creative vision. This is what he decided to do. And either way, it wasn't the issue that you had an issue with wasn't even a real issue because you were wrong. He wouldn't admit to being wrong. He's like, I don't know why y'all keep talking about this trash ass game. I was like, what is trash about the game? It's a little slower paced than the original, but what other than that is an issue for you? He was like, oh, it just was trash. The ending was bad, blah, blah, blah. I was like, narratively speaking, people have taste. If you didn't like the ending, that's fine. If you didn't like the story, that's fine. I personally thought it was a really interesting direction to go in as far as character perspective and like what's known as good and bad, et cetera, because we usually have super clear-cut good and evil when we have video games, and this was a very different take on that. But anyway, we're just getting deeper and deeper into it, and it's just, at the end of the day, it's just like, dude, you're homophobic. You're transphobic, you're homophobic. That's what the issue is, because you hated this game before it came out, and I don't want you to pretend like you didn't. And, oh my goodness, it's just some stuff where it's just some people just get so worked up about things. And in order for him to prove to me that Neil Druckmann was a jerk, he decided to link me to a video on YouTube of some very angry guy who was very clearly one of those like very far right-wing type guys, like buzz cut going on, got the big huge mustache, got an American flag in the background. Most of his videos were like, oh, the woke crowd or SJWs. Just he's one of those guys where it's like, oh, this guy's probably racist, sexist, and homophobic. Like every ist and phobic that you can be, this guy is probably that. And the video was about how Neil Druckmann talked shit on Twitter, and the votes for the Gamer's Choice Awards completely shifted to Ghost of Tsushima, which it's fine, whatever. It is what it is. I don't really put a lot of stock into awards anyway. I just really wanted to piss him off, which is why I messaged him in the first place. But the fact that you can go to a source that you probably disagree with on all other things to prove your point just bothers me. This is not a source that I would feel comfortable getting any information from. So it's just really weird to me that you would like lean in on this so hard. You have to prove your point so bad that you just Googled and found anyone who kind of agreed with you. Didn't even really agree with you because you still didn't prove the where was it said that he changed the gender of the character last minute, because that I still haven't seen any record of that. He just decided to find something that said something bad about Neil Druckmann in The Last of Us 2. And I just I'm getting angry. And I apologize because I don't want to be angry ranting. I just wanted to talk about what's been on my mind gaming wise. But yeah, I don't think I can be friends with this person anymore. Um, wish him the best for his life and whatever he wants. It's not a person I can rock with, because again, the spoilers are the first thing. Him just being over the top in general is another thing. Um, he's just one of those people that's just really annoying with his opinions. Like, he's right, and that's the thing. I'm not the only one. Everybody hates this game. Everyone knows this game is trash. I don't know what the Game Awards was talking about. It's like, clearly everyone doesn't think this game is trash. You and maybe some other people. I'm not saying no one thinks it's trash. There's plenty of people. One of my favorite podcasts, one of the guys on there says that he didn't like the gameplay just because it was slow. And that's fine. You can dislike a game for whatever reasons you like. But when you haven't even played the game, you just hate it for what you perceive as its politics. And when those politics are inclusive. And that was another thing that he did that pissed me off, because at the end of this back and forth, the announcement that there's a black Batman came out. I don't know if you can notice that I'm a huge Batman fan, but that announcement came out about the future Batman being uh, Tim Fox, one of Lucius Fox's sons, black guy. He was like, well, how come we're not? He was like, why are we talking about this and not talking about the fact that there's a black Batman? So we should be excited about this because we're both Batman fans. And I kind of just stopped responding, because that's a person that's not speaking from a logical place. You are excited because your group is being included in something. You are praising the inclusivity of this one thing and being furious about the inclusivity of this other thing. And that's not okay. I feel like if you're a person who is a part of a group and you are excited about that group, you should be excited about all others. And that's one of the things that bothers me, and has been one of the reasons why I've been somewhat outspoken as far as my Facebook for certain rights of certain groups, because I feel like as a black person, which I am, obviously, I don't think it's okay for us to be on board or even accepting of the oppression of another group when we've been oppressed so much. We know what it's like to not have rights. We know what it's like for people to look at us like we're animals. Still happens all the damn time. So why is it okay for it to happen to another group? I hate it. And I hate hearing people of oppressed groups and marginalized groups do the same thing to other people. I don't care what one person decides to do with another person in the privacy of their home or bedroom. I don't care about it. But I care that this person has rights or not, because it is not okay for you to tell them that they can't do what everyone else does just because you don't like something about them. I'm getting on a roll here, and I need to slow down. But game wise, this person just said has for like a year and some change. This person has been saying things that have just been triggering to me over and over in terms of his own homophobia, which is crazy that he refuses to acknowledge it. I'm like, dude, just say it so we can all go home. We don't. You can just admit it. But sorry. Something that really bothers me. Okay. That's been it. Thank you to my glorious gamers. Thank you for checking in with me. I appreciate it so much. Still going to be streaming a lot more. I haven't been doing a lot of it because of the holidays, but me and Nova will be back streaming um, every Saturday. Nova plays Saturdays, and I'll be streaming 3 or 4 times a week. Still working on putting my schedule together, and I'm working on a couple of things in terms of overlays and having my stream look prettier and everything. So I'll keep posting those to the YouTube, and I'll keep streaming on Facebook. And you can, my Facebook is at Jonathan Thomas Jones. You'll find it. Actually, I'm sorry. It's Facebook/JT Glory Jones. JT Glory Jones on Twitter, on Instagram. You can find me on my website, jonathanthomasjones.com, like I said earlier, where you'll find everything. There's this channel, which is Gaming with Glory on YouTube. And then there's the other one, which is Father Glory, which is more of a storytelling based thing. And it's more for my storytelling and voice acting. So go ahead and join me. Hit those like, subscribe buttons, comment, share. Let's keep it going. Love y'all. Thank you.